Hello, everyone. How are you tonight? It is Wednesday. It's hump day. We have made it through the week. How are y'all feeling? How are y'all feeling? Are y'all ready to get into how we can stop confusing sellers in 2025? Are you guys ready? Let me see it in the chat. Hey Trishelle, how are you, love? It's gonna be a good conversation tonight because the sellers are confused and we need to unconfuse them. And as realtors, it is our job to do that. Okay. So what I mean by the sellers are confused is when it comes to FHA loans, sellers are not wanting to take them. They're not wanting to take them. They're not listing their homes as FHA eligible. And the reason that they're not doing that is just because they don't know that their home is FHA eligible. So, what does that mean? That means it's up to us, the realtors, to educate them and advise them properly. Sorry about that. To advise them properly about exactly what FHA is and why you can accept FHA loans. It's not a bad thing. There's a lot of misinformation out there about FHA loans, and we are going to go ahead and dispel those myths tonight. That's what we're going to do. So we are going to stop confusing our sellers. We are not going to be telling them that FHA loans are bad and they shouldn't take them and their homes are not FHA eligible, because in actuality, they are eligible. There's no reason why, if the home is sound, it's free of mold, it's free of lead paint, it has, electricity in it, it has running water, and it has appliances. Appliances meaning a stove and a refrigerator. There's absolutely no reason why we should not be taking FHA loans. And we should be advising our sellers that it is okay to take FHA loans, because in actuality, it is. So let me give you an example. I had a seller reach out to me. This was a while ago. I won't say how long ago or anything because I don't want anybody looking them up. But I had a seller reach out to me because her and her husband's home were on the market and they had it listed with another realtor. And they were confused as to, why they weren't really getting offers, and the offers that they were getting were low, or the offers that they were getting were from investors. And it was not what they wanted to sell their home for. And they asked me to do an analysis on it. So of course I looked it up. And one of the first things I noticed was, why isn't your home listed to accept an FHA loan? Of course, they were like, oh, they didn't really know. I didn't expect them to really know that answer. Why? Because they're the sellers and they count on the realtors. They count on us to do our job effectively, to get them their house sold and to give them as much financial freedom as we can. That is our job when we're representing the sellers. So I educated them on what FHA was. And I also advised them that their home was FHA eligible. There was no reason why they shouldn't be able to take an FHA loan. Now the question came up was, okay, we're going to list our home for a certain price, which it was outside of the FHA limits in the state of Florida in Hillsborough County. So what FHA limits are, it just says that, hey, for an FHA loan, we're only going to pay this amount towards your home purchase. That's all it means. It doesn't mean that you can't sell your home for more. It just means if the person is getting an FHA loan, we're only going to pay up to a certain amount. And right now, I believe that certain amount in Florida is $522,000 to $522,225. So $522,225. If you're into numbers, I always say that if you're into the lotto, 52225. That is the number that they'll pay. So let's say we have a home listed for $600,000. It doesn't mean that FHA won't take it. It just means that the person has to pay the difference at closing. Okay, so if you have buyers that are outside of the limit, they can still get an FHA loan, they just have to make sure that the buyers have the cash to pay the difference. So going back to the story, I said, most certainly I'll be more than happy, to help you with your listing. However, it was still on the market for quite some time. So when that contract ended, they contracted with me to get their home. We redid the pictures, we redid the listing. And of course, I put FHA as an acceptable loan that we would take. The home was on the market for 7 days. After after 7 days, we went under contract for an FHA buyer. That FHA buyer actually happened to be a doctor. And the doctor paid the difference from what the bank would cover, paid the difference at closing. We passed inspection, and they are hopefully living happily ever after in this home that they bought with an FHA loan. An FHA loan is not a bad loan. Sometimes people prefer FHA loans because they actually get certain privileges, such as like if you're a first-time home buyer, FHA loans, they have different programs and things that you may qualify for. Sometimes the interest rate is just lower, and people want to take advantage of opportunities that are available to them. So if your buyer is able to take advantage of a lower interest rate, if they're able to take advantage of certain programs, if they're able to take advantage of certain down payment assistance, money that's offered to them that they deserve because they qualify for it, why are you discouraging them from taking an FHA loan? It doesn't make sense. And the sellers are confused because now they have these houses that are sitting on the market and they don't know why. They have absolutely no idea why. And if I go in and I do an evaluation, and one of the first things that I notice is it doesn't say FHA on it. Why not? Why? There aren't certain type of buyers, who get FHA loan. That is a big myth that only certain type of buyers get FHA loan, a certain race or a certain class of people only get FHA loans. That is completely untrue. People who are eligible for programs get FHA loans. People who want a lower interest rate, they take FHA loans. People are going to do what's better for their financial situation. It's not an testament to who they are, and it's not a testament that they're a bad candidate for this home just because they have an FHA loan. So I need all the realtors out there to educate yourself on what an FHA loan is, the qualifications for an FHA loan, and stop confusing your sellers and advising them that they should not be accepting FHA loans just because you have not educated yourself on what it is. That is why it's important to have an educated realtor, not just someone who passed the test, but someone that is actually educated and who's there for your best interest and who's going to give you all the answers to your questions. And when the sellers don't know what questions to ask, it's our job to guide you and show you the information. It's not just something that we're just pulling out of our hat. Show you the information, and then you make a decision based on all of the information that you have. You're going to make an educated decision. You're not just going to make a decision based on, okay, well, I don't know. The realtor said that wasn't a good idea. Why isn't it a good idea? Why isn't it a good idea? All they're doing is confusing you. And we do not want you to be confused anymore. I don't want any more sellers being confused about FHA loans. If you have a home that is mold-free, that is livable, that has a refrigerator in it, that has a working refrigerator, okay? It has to be working. A working refrigerator, a working stove. The roof is, when I say sound home, meaning the roof it will pass inspection. The AC, the hot water heater. You have running water in your home. You don't have lead paint. You do not have mold. Your home will pass an inspection. It will pass an FHA appraisal. Oh, you also need, I found this out, you need smoke detectors. Your home will pass an FHA appraisal inspection, and you will be able to accept FHA buyers. So if you're interested in listing your home, ask if your home is FHA eligible. And if they say it is not, ask why not. Because 9 times out of 10, it is, unless it's just completely, it needs to be demolished. It is. FHA does not say it has to be an upgraded refrigerator. It says it needs to be a refrigerator. It doesn't say it needs to be an upgraded stainless steel stove. It says it needs to be a stove, a working one. That's it. That's it. It doesn't say it needs a washer and dryer. It doesn't say that either. If you have one, great. If you have the hookup for one, amazing. Even better. Even better. If you have the washer and dryer in there, or if you have the hookup for it, great. But that's not an FHA requirement. It's just not. It doesn't say the home has to be built in a certain time frame. No, it has to be free of lead paint if it was built before 1978 or at any time, really. It has to be free of mold. It has to be free of wood destroying organisms, but termites, for those of you who aren't familiar with that particular word. But it does not say the home needs to be upgraded. It doesn't say any of these things that people think you need to have an FHA home approved. None of those things. So sellers, I don't want you confused anymore. If you have any questions, ask me in the chat. You can contact me at hello@ebonistiff.com. I'm very much accessible. I will answer your questions, any questions that you have, but I do not want my sellers to be confused anymore about FHA loans and why they should not be taking them, because you should be. Because I guarantee you, unless your home is just only cash, can't take any loans, it can take an FHA loan. And a buyer would be extremely happy. Another incident actually that I had a buyer, the pre-approval was not high. And when I was doing my search engine, I was putting in, the type of loans you can put in, the type of loans that you're searching for. I was putting in FHA. I was not coming up with anything. And I was like, you know what? I'm not doing a good service to my buyer either, because why am I putting that in? Because you know why? Most sellers don't know that they can accept FHA because their realtors don't know. So I took that filter out. A lot of homes popped up, and we found one that she liked. And I said, I'm going to call the seller. I'm going to call the listing agent and find out why this home isn't listed FHA, because it most certainly can take FHA. The roof was redone. There was a working stove and a working refrigerator in there. And the AC and all of that stuff was just redone, less than a year old. I contacted the listing agent. He did not believe that it could go FHA. I said, trust me, I know what I'm talking about. Please give me a chance. If you please give me a chance. He said, you know what? Okay, I'll give you a chance. They accepted the offer. And the only thing that we needed, the house did not have when we went through the inspection, was the smoke detectors. So that's how I learned that we did need smoke detectors for FHA. So what did we do? We called a handyman. We got the smoke detectors installed the way that they are required to be. The appraiser came back out. He re-inspected. Everything passed. And guess what? My client is still in her home with an FHA loan. She's in that home right now. Absolutely loves it. I'm so happy for her. So proud of her. I talked to her not too long ago, actually. And if it wasn't for me saying, you know what, let me just go and ask. Let me go and talk to this listing agent, because maybe he just doesn't know. And he didn't believe it could happen, and it did. So I was so proud of myself. I'm so happy. She danced outside of her closing. She danced right on up out of there. And I wanted to dance with her because it was a long time coming. We had been searching for a long time because her pre-approval was not extremely high. So we were limited. But guess what? We found the perfect home for her. And it just took a little investigation by myself. It took some phone calls. It took some convincing, which I did not mind doing, because, that's what I'm here for. I'm here to help you. I'm here to assist you. And I try to educate as much as I can along the way. Okay. So that is what you want to do. When you're thinking about listing your home and you're thinking about buying a home, make sure your realtor is up to date on FHA requirements. Make sure that they are not, excluding you from your dream home. Your dream home. Say, look, if they say that they're not accepting FHA, make a phone call. Ask them why. Do some digging, do some research, do some advocating for your buyers and educating the sellers. Stop confusing the sellers, because they are confused in these real estate streets, and it is our fault. It is the agent's fault, because we are not educating them. And you know what? We have to educate ourselves. So we have to continue to keep talking to your mortgage loan officers. If you have great mortgage loan officers, I work with the best of the best loan officers. They educate me. And that makes me an asset to my sellers. That makes me an asset to my buyers because I'm always willing to learn. And so now I'm here passing the knowledge on to you because if you're here with me, obviously you're willing to learn. So go ahead and hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, leave a comment because I have more information coming for you. I really do have more information coming for you because it's needed, it's necessary, and I am here for you. I'm here for my sellers. I'm here for my buyers and my agents too, because we have to work together. So if you don't know, it's okay to say you don't know, but just be willing to accept a little bit of education because the idea is to get everyone to the closing table, to have the seller sell their home, to maximize on their profit, and also for the buyers to get their dream home, whatever that is. And if an FHA loan is the way to go, then let it be the way to go. Who are we to stand in the way of it and stop it? So to recap really, really quick, FHA loans, are they bad? Tell me. I'll wait for y'all in the chat to tell me, are they bad? No, exactly. No, they are not bad. FHA loans are not bad. FHA loans are also accepted on homes that were built before 1978. They are. I've done one. Trust me, I know. FHA loans, they require smoke detectors to be in the home. They require electricity, working electricity. They require running water, a refrigerator, and a working refrigerator and a working stove. Again, it does not require a stainless steel stove or a stainless steel refrigerator. It just keyword working. It has to work. It can mismatch any of those things. It does not matter. As long as it is in the home, it will pass and your sellers will be able to accept an FHA buyer. You can thank me later. Do some research, put those homes on the market, click the FHA eligible button if it's eligible. It doesn't matter that it's older. It doesn't matter that the appliances aren't new. None of that matters. None of it matters. Hello, Linda. None of that matters. So you don't stop telling your sellers, oh, you have to upgrade this, or oh, you have to upgrade that for it to be FHA eligible because it's simply not true. As long as those things are in the home and they're working, let the people get the FHA loan. Hi, sunny Florida. Let the people get the FHA loan and close on that house. You can do it. And if you know that a house is FHA eligible, educate your buyers and tell them, hey, let me make a call to the listing agent because maybe the listing agent doesn't know, because that is a possibility as well. It worked for me. I made that phone call. I educated the listing agent and he thanked me at the end. Everyone did. Because sometimes they just don't know. So, and even if it's over the FHA limit, it can still be purchased as long as the buyer has the difference to bring to closing. I sold one. I know it can happen. It was over the FHA limits for the state of Florida that the bank would give in our county. That was fine. A doctor came in, purchased the home because the rates were better. They qualified for first-time home buyers, things that they had going on with their loan officer. And they closed. So if your home is sitting on the market, reevaluate it, see if it's FHA eligible. If your buyers are looking for a home, contact the listing agent and find out why isn't this home FHA eligible. And I guarantee you it probably is. And y'all gonna thank me later. You're gonna come back and be like, you know what? You were right. You told me, and I got the home sold. My buyers are happy, the sellers are happy, and the sellers are no longer confused in the state of Florida. Okay, we have to stop it. We got to stop confusing the sellers, y'all. It's not good. It's not good for them. It's not good for the buyer. It's not good for anybody when the sellers are confused. Okay, because they're missing out on opportunities to get their home sold for the maximum value. And that's why they hired you. They hired you for your education. They hired you for your negotiation skills. They hired you for your network. They hired you because they feel like you were the best for the job and you can get it done. So be the best that you can be and get it done. And do not confuse them in the process. Okay? Because it's not good. It is not good. So does anybody have any questions? Y'all know I do not like to keep you longer than 20 minutes. And we are definitely reaching that 20-minute mark. So if anybody in the chat have any questions, let me know. I will definitely answer them. Hey, Trishelle, Linda, and Sunny, Florida. Thank you guys for tuning in with me. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you comment. Make sure you share it. The live will be available for replay on my YouTube channel. And I do check comments. So I will definitely get back to anyone who has any questions, any comments, or concerns. And I'm going to tell y'all, stop confusing the sellers in Florida. I cannot stress that enough. FHA loans are great. They are available, and let's get these homes sold. Okay, let's do it. We're not going to confuse sellers anymore. It's 2025. It is time to stop doing that. Okay, educate yourself, educate your sellers, and let's get these homes sold. If you would like me to, look over anything for you in the state of Florida, I'd be more than happy to do that. Just contact me if you're interested in buying or selling a home. Contact me. I'll look at it for you. I do not charge to do that. So don't think, oh, you're going to charge me a fee. I do not charge to do that. Trust me. I didn't do it with my previous buyer. I mean, she ended up using me and it worked. But when she asked for my advice, she was under contract with another realtor, and that was okay. I didn't mind helping her because that's just the type of person that I am. So if you have questions about a home that maybe you have listed or you're thinking about listing or buying, just contact me. Put your information in you may not want to put in the comments because that's public, but contact me through email, hello@ebonistiff.com, or you can visit any one of my other social media pages and hit me and send me a direct message. But if you want to email me, it's hello@ebonistiff.com. Okay. Sunny, Florida, we signed on with Ebony when we were told our house wouldn't sell for asking price. She listed it and had offers within a day for asking price, sold our home within 30 days. Yes. See how important it is to have a realtor that is educated and knows what they're talking about and know what they're doing. It's important, and I pride myself on that. I love learning from people. I love it. I love what I do, and I love helping people. Thank you, Sunny, Florida. I actually don't know the real name of that person, but I'm going to find out as soon as I get off online. But even if I did, I would never say their name on here because that is their private information. But thank you guys for tuning in with me. I hope you learned something, and I am here to help. If you ever need anything, like I said, hello@ebonistiff.com, or leave a comment. Make sure you subscribe. I'll be bringing you more information. Thanks for hanging out with me on a Wednesday. It's past our 20 minutes, but I had so much fun. I love it. I love being here. I love sharing with you guys. So make sure you tune in next time for some more Real Estate Unfiltered. As things go on and as things happen, I will bring it to you. Okay, so we're not going to be confusing sellers anymore. That's what we were talking about today. Stop confusing the sellers. Let them take those FHA loan offers and get those homes sold. All right, I'll talk to you guys later.